Hello, everyone. I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm an independent Stampin'Up demonstrator in the United States, more exact in Iowa. So as you jump on, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. And I'm going to make sure that I'm on here so I can see your chats. All right, I think I have that, so that's great. And I'm getting a little error message, so as you jump on, let me know that you can hear me okay. I appreciate that. If you see the word live up in the corner, then you know you're watching this live. Otherwise, you're watching the replay. And today is Tuesday, October 19th, 2021. Today, I'm going to make a split card. So it's a split card technique, and that means that I'm going to be stamping once for my card, but I'll be making two cards. And I'm going to be using Sweet as a Peach for the stamp set. And if you're new here or you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing by clicking that subscribe button down below. And if you're watching this on Facebook, because I'm streaming on YouTube and Facebook, then go ahead and give me a thumbs up and follow me on Facebook and subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video on YouTube. All right, it is time for prizes. So I want to give prizes from last week. The random drawing for those of you that left a comment either on the live or the replay. Congratulations to Carolyn Grant. You're the winner of the card that I made last Tuesday. I don't have your address, so please email me your address at rusticbarncards@gmail.com, or you can instant message me, and the information will be in the description down below. Congratulations to the winner of the roll of Bumblebee ribbon for sharing my video. Congratulations to the winner of the random drawing, to Carla. And Carla, I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name. I will probably pronounce it incorrectly, but I'll spell it. Saroch. I do need your address, Carla, so send me your address again, email me with that, or instant message me. And congratulations to the winner for placing an order with me last week and being the winner of the random drawing for Flowers for Every Season, Memories and More card pack is going to go out to Heather Weimer. And I do have your address, and that will be sent off tomorrow. So let's talk about the prizes for today. So for those of you that leave a comment, either on the live today or the replay, I will be, your name will be in a drawing for the card I make. I'm going to make two cards today, so you will get to have your choice of which card. If you're the winner of the random drawing for leaving a comment, then you will get to choose which card that you would like. And then I'm going to have a random drawing for those of you that share my video, and you'll have a chance to win this beautiful roll of Misty Moonlight ribbon. And that's for sharing my video. So make sure that you let me know when you share that. And I'll have a random drawing for those of you that place an order with me today through Monday, October the 25th, for the Prince and the Princess stamp set. And I believe this was a hostess set. So for a chance to win, for those of you that place an order with me this week. Okay, I think we are ready to turn the camera down and do a little stamping. So, and this is the part that I seem to have a little bit of problems with, but I'm hopefully that it'll get a little bit better. And I'm going to turn some lights on so you can see. And then I'm going to change so I can see all your comments. I wanted to remind you that the 24-hour stamp sale is going on to starting tomorrow. So 24 hours is coming soon. Tomorrow, October the 20th, 2021. There's a select cling stamp sets from our annual 2021-2022 catalog. And I'm just going to double check because I keep getting that error message. So let me make sure that I am on and you can see me. So I apologize, but I do want to see that it is working. And it looks like we're doing fine. So that is great. Okay, so the 24-hour stamp sale is the biggest sale of the year. So tomorrow, 24 hours only, 15% off of select cling stamp sets from our annual catalog. In the description below and over on my webpage, you'll find all of the stamp sets that will be on sale tomorrow, so you can make your list out today. So for an example, the Evergreen Elegance stamp set that I used last week, it is one of the stamp sets that you can save 15% tomorrow, tomorrow only. So it's a 24-hour sale. And here's a couple of cards that I used last week from the Evergreen Elegance. And then I wanted to share with you, because right now, if you place an order with me, a minimum order of $30 using the host code, you will receive a card kit. And this is through October 22nd. So it's now through Friday, the 22nd, but you will receive a card kit to make one of each of these 3 cards. So I have 3 different designs, and you'll have cardstock and the die cutouts, enough ribbon to make one of each of these cards. And it'll come to you like this. And then I can get the, so you have your card base, and then inside you'll have everything that you need. You have to do, of course, your own stamping. And this is my card kit for October, and it ends on this Friday, the 22nd of October. All right, let's do some stamping. We're going to be using Sweet as a Peach for our card today. And I'm going to be using just 1 sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I'll need a scrap of basic white. And my card bases, I'm going to be using Mango Melody for our card base. Now for our ink, I am going to be using several. I'm going to be using Garden Green, Old Olive, and Pear Pizzazz. You wouldn't have to use as many as I'm using. I'm also going to be using Mango Melody, Pale Papaya, Calypso Coral, and Gray Granite. So let me bring in the trimmer. And I'm going to bring in my cardstock, and I'm going to, and it is 11 by 8.5. So I'm putting the 11-inch in, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 5.5. I'm going to use this in a second, so I'm going to lay this aside. Then I'm going to turn my cardstock. I'm going to move my blade, cutting blade, out of the way, and I'm going to put this at 4.25. And then I'm going to use the lighter color blade, which is the scoring blade, and I'm going to score this. And this is what I'm going to stamp on, but I'll be making 2 cards out of this. Now I'm going to bring in back, I'm going to bring this cardstock back in, and I'm going to lay it at 5.25. And then I'm going to just trim off that edge, turn my cardstock, and I'm going to cut it at 4. I'm making the inside layer for my card bases. So I'm going to slide this over. And now I have my inside layers for my Mango Melody card bases. Okay, I'm going to move my trimmer out of the way. I'm going to bring back the cardstock with the score line so we can do some stamping. And I'm going to start with the little leaves and branches. And I'm going to be using all of the green. So I'll just start with garden green. And it doesn't matter, you can start with whatever you would like. So I'm going to be stamping on the right and the left of that score line and on that score line. So I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to move this out of the way because I'll probably be stamping on that. So I'm just going to stamp. Well, let's see. I think I'll start this way. There isn't any right or wrong reason. And then I am going to place one down here. And then I'm going to stamp off and then back on. And you don't have to do it the same, like on both sides. Then I'm going to clean my stamp because I want a kind of variety of different tones of green. So I'm going to put that garden green away, and let's go ahead and use some Pear Pizzazz. This up, and I'm going to and we'll add some right here. And I'll add one over here and up here. Then I'm going to add some old olive. So this card will be really colorful when we're finished. So it may be too busy for some of you. So now we're going to add old olive. And I'm going to come in here and set that right there. And let's see. We are going to place that about right here. All right. I think that looks good. Now we're ready. We're finished with our greens. And now we're going to come in with our little peaches. And I think I'll start with Calypso Coral. So we'll ink this up. Now, you may not be able to get them exactly on the branches just because of the way that we stamp them, but it's going to look okay. So, you can kind of turn it and get the best you can. Here, I'm able to get both of these. And I'm going to place that right here. And then I'm going to clean because I want some different colors, although I want some Calypso Coral on the left-hand side too. So let's go ahead and stamp over on that side because it's going to make 2 cards. So let me go ahead and let's bring in some pale papaya. And we will stamp right here and down here. And up there. And then we'll bring in our Mango Melody. And add a few more peaches. Now let's see if we can get this lined up down here. You just kind of turn your peaches around and see how it will best fit. And we'll put some up here. And I think we need some about right here. And maybe we will right there. And I think that looks good. And we could add one right there. Okay, now we're not quite finished yet. We've used our Pale Papaya, Mango Melody, Calypso Coral, Oat Olive, Garden Green, Pear Pizzazz. Now I'm going to bring in Gray Granite. And we're going to bring this little image in here, which is in our stamp set, right over here, little flowers. And I'm just going to kind of fill in. And I can even stamp off. So we're just kind of filling in places. In our card. And it kind of adds a little more interest. And then fills in some of those white spaces. Let's put one right there. What do you think? I think that looks good. All right. Now I'm going to bring that trimmer back in. And we are going to place our cardstock on the 4 1/4. So we are going to now where our score line is. Make sure you can see that. So where our score line is, we are going to go ahead and cut this at 4 1/4. So right there on our score line. And I must have some ink on my hand. We got a little smudge there, but we'll cover that up with a gem later. Okay. Now I am going to, on one of these, I'm going to make these both a little bit different. So on this one here, I'm going to turn it around. Or no, I'm not. I'm going to take it 1/2 inch off on one side. So I'm going to go ahead and on the basic white side, there's no stamping on, I'm going to take off about 1/2 inch. Okay. And then I want this, the other piece. So this is the one I cut the 1/2 inch off. I'm going to lay it aside. And this is the other half. So we put them together. So like this, and then we cut them. And then I want to make sure that this is, I'm going to make this 5 1/4. By 4. And that may almost cut our smudge off. Okay, so now I'm going to lay that aside and bring in one of our card bases. And I'm going to bring in the cardstock that I cut a 1/2 inch off. I'm going to lay that aside, and I'm going to bring in our scrap basic white so we can stamp and have a peachy day. And I'm going to use Memento Black ink for our sentiments. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up. And I'm going to stamp. Have a peachy day. And then I'm just going to take my snips and I'm just going to cut around. Have a peachy day for our sentiment that we're going to pop up on the front of our card. Okay. Before we do that, I'm going to bring in this beautiful pale papaya ribbon. And I am going to add this to our card. And bring in our silicone craft sheet because nothing sticks on that. And you can use Scotch tape if you want to. I'm going to use our Stampin' Seal Plus. And add a little adhesive. Sometimes I get it started on the craft sheet. There we go. And now I'm ready to add this to our card base. And I'm going to add liquid glue. And bring in our card base. And I'm going to put this all the way to the right. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in even a scrap of old olive, but I've already went ahead and cut the old olive strip at 1/4 by 5 1/2 is what you need. I'm going to make it a little bit longer just because then I can just snip it off, and that way I'll make sure that I'm kind of holding it exactly kind of where the edge is. And I think I'll bring in my craft sheet again. So we will just add and we will place this right here. And press that down. And then we can bring in our snips. So maybe I used the wrong one that had glue on it. So that means this one. So we'll just run a strip right up here. Because I had held a piece that didn't have any glue because I was going to cut that piece off, but I didn't lay it on there quite right. But now we've got it fixed. Okay, and now we're going to bring in Have a Peachy Day, and we'll pop that up with some dimensionals. And I am going to place that right over here. And then I am going to make a little bow. Snipping. And then, of course, we need some embellishments, right? So let me bring in some of our gems. We're going to bring in a rhinestone, basic jewels. And I'm going to put 2 up here. And let's add 1 down here. So here is our first card, except we need to add that layer inside. And remember that we cut that layer earlier. So let's go ahead and add some adhesive, because you'll want to be able to add your message inside. And it'll be a little easier to see on the basic white than it will on the mango melody. So this is our first card. So I'm going to lay that aside. We're going to bring in our other piece that we stamped on, but let's go ahead and just add that layer on the inside of our card. So we'll have that finished. Get carried away there. And line that up. There we go. All right, and on this card, I'm going to place it right here. But before I do that, I'm going to do some stamping. So I'm going to bring in Hope Your Day Is As. And I think I'm going to bring in the Mango Melody. So we'll ink up this. And we will stamp Hope Your Day Is As. That might be a little bit crooked because I didn't have my card. No, I think it's okay. I think I have my cardstock turned, but it's all good. Okay, and let's find that scrap. And let's bring in Sweet as a Peach. So Hope Your Day Is as sweet as a peach. And I'm going to do the same thing with this, is that I'm going to take my snips. Sorry, plenty of my, and I'm going to cut around. So I'm just going to cut around that sentiment, just for a little different, a different look. Sometimes it's too much. And now we're ready to go ahead and add this to our card. And then we'll pop up our sentiment. So we'll add some liquid glue. And get it lined up straight as we can. And then bring in a dimensional. I think I can put 2 on here. Take the backings off. Let me know if you like this card. And then we're going to place that. Hope Your Day Is as sweet as a peach. And then we're going to make, bring in our ribbon, our pale papaya ribbon, and we're going to make a little bow. There we go. And we can make it, pull it together in the center so it's tight. Then we'll clip that off. Bring in some glue dots. And add a glue dot. And we're going to put this, so let's just add it right about here. It looks like maybe I need to snip this just a little bit to make it even with the other one. And I think on this card, rather than using the rhinestones, I'm going to bring in these really pretty matte decorative dots. And we're going to add, let's add the smaller ones. Let's put one up there. Add one here, and I'm going to use maybe the medium size, or small, medium, and large, and put one down here. And then I really want to cover up that smudge, so we're going to add one there. And we'll put one here. So let me know which card that you like the best. Let me get this out of the way. So let me know which card you like the best. This was like one card, but we made it into two cards. So you only stamped once, but that is the split card technique. So we have a peachy day, and we cut that off and add a little strip of cardstock. And then we have hope your day is as sweet as a peach. Now I made another card, but on this card, instead of putting the peaches on the right-hand side as I did here, I turned it over and I put it on the left. So you can do either one. So you could add, so here the peaches are on the right or on the left. So again, it's very colorful. And let me know which one that you like the best. I would love to know which one that you like the best, and if you like this card technique. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Again, I'm Terry Hartley from Rustic Barn Cards, and I come live on Tuesday at 1 p.m. and I upload a video on YouTube on Friday. So when I'm live on Tuesday at 1, I'm on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for watching. And don't forget about that 24-hour sale tomorrow of saving 15% off on select cling stamp sets in the annual catalog. I have more information down below. And have a great day.